Good morning, Twitch.tv. Good morning to YouTube as well. And, of course, good morning, mini Motorways. Oh, God.
Follow the 1B1 road. Follow the 1B1 road. Follow the 1B1 road. You're off to see the Goog, the wonderful _ Goog. You'll find he is a whiz of a Goog. If ever a Goog there was, if ever, oh ever, a Goog there was, the _ Goog is one because of the roundabouts that he does.
Ya-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta, you're off to see the Goog now, the wonderful _ Goog. Thank you, Samurai Sam, for 53 months in the Goog troop, hitting us with that Prime subscription. Oh, goodness. Oh, we are here in Cairn for today's daily challenge, where weekly choices are a mystery and motorways require road tiles. That's a ucky pair of things. I'll tell you that right now. That's not particularly great. It would be nice if we got another bridge so that we could separate these exceedingly dark red houses from everything. But, you know, we'll see. Maybe we'll just have one bridge over this little body of water here at the south end of Trinity Bay, and that'll just be all that we get forever. That's entirely possible. Wouldn't be great. Let's take this one over here. It's a roundabout. We'll have us one of them, and you know what? I'll just slap it right here. There. We slap that off there, we do that, and now there's less overlap? I don't know. It's kind of a very stupid roundabout, but you know. It'll be fine. It'll be so fine that I'm immediately undoing it, actually. No, we're not actually having that roundabout exist. Why would we have that roundabout exist? Goog, come on now. Oh, goodness. Oh, hey. Oh, this has gone circular, and now we have all the more reason to actually want to separate those things. How about that? Oh. Oh, friends. Oh, okay. Game, are you sure about this? I started this by trolling Sam a little bit because I know that the game was kind of mean to him today. It seems as though we're not friends today either, mini Motorways, but you know, it'll be fine. There's still plenty of time. We can sort everything out. Listen. A motorway or a bridge here would be really, really nice. Those are traffic lights. Game, those are traffic lights. I don't... Okay. Spotify, why are you quiet? How dare you be quiet? Be louder, Spotify. There you go. Feels like it's been a while since there was an easy challenge. Well, I mean, if it was easy, it wouldn't be a challenge now, would it? Come on, Samuel. You gotta consider the definitions of the words you're using. All right. Oh, God. It is Friday. This has been a long and weird and tiring week. And what the hell is going on with this building placement game? Game, we need to have us a chat ski here at some point, because this is just... Okay, we're going to get through to Monday, and then we're going to figure stuff out, because stuff is desperately in need of a figuring. Dear Lord, give me a bridge or a motorway. That is a bridge. Okay. All right, we're cool. Let's burn everything right now. Yeah, I think for right now, actually, we'll probably want to keep this bridge alive. Maybe. We'll think about it. Okay. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to have these three browns up here. They're going to run down that away. You're going to run over to here. Get over to that business. Then we'll have you... 5. You 5 come up here. By the way, the existence of this house here means that it's effing impossible for these browns to get into this without being horrendous. So that's nice. That's great. Uh-huh. Okay. Let's maybe toss a roundabout right here. There's a thought. Hold on, I have to sneeze. Ow. Oh, that hurt. That was actually quite painful. So if we do that, that's horrible. We do that, and we do maybe this. Head off that way, and then you head off. Well, that all seems stupid. Okay. But now, if we grab these over here, like so, we can do this, which, listen, is horrendous, but, we loop our dark blues in there like so. Okay. So I think you see the idea here, or at least like the beginning stages of a plan. Our light blues spawn here and here. This is actually a bad spot for a traffic light because cars would be turning against that. A shame. All right. Now, oh, for fuck's sake. Okay. Okay. Listen, I don't really want to... Okay. Okay. I'm just going to keep saying okay a few times until things are actually okay. These light blues come over here. This is a perfectly cromulent traffic light. Its only real problem is that it's directly next to this other business, which actually may ruin it. Hold on. What if we were to do something else? Samurai Sam wishes to remember the Great Khali. Now that's a pull. Good lord. Oh, the Great Khali. All right. You blues, by the way, are going to loop over this way. This is a perfectly cromulent traffic light. Okay. You're going to come over here. You're going to do that. This is probably the best I can do with this for now. Would it be better for these blues to... I think it would be better for these blues, actually, to go past this than to come up... Wait. But then there's no reason for... Hold on. Why would this roundabout be there then if not for... Hold. We do that. And that. That's... better? Question mark? That might actually be better. Okay. So professional wrestling, and this is true of professional wrestling as an industry. This is not a uniquely Vince McMahon thing. Professional wrestling has two large... There are several long-scale trends. Oh, hey, a motorway. There are several long-scale trends in professional wrestling that are not necessarily great. One of them is taking a person who is enormous, and because professional wrestling is fake and you can determine the outcomes, and you can say, oh, this guy's going to win this match with his move, and it's not an actual athletic competition. You take someone who is enormous and you have them win matches, even though they are not good. Specifically, even though they're not, terribly athletic, and even though their stuff, they look like they're big and strong and they can smash you into tiny little pieces. But in actual factual reality, they're big and they may be strong, but they're also very slow and difficult to move. So in actual, like, we see this a lot in MMA fights where, like, there are dudes who are enormous who can't do shit, and then there are dudes who are still big but less big and strong, and the dudes who are actually, you know, strong and good and fast and stuff win, and the guys who are just enormous lose. This happens a lot in real fighting. In professional wrestling, a lot of the time, you take a dude who is enormous and you have him win so as to eventually have people pay to see him lose. David versus Goliath times a quadrillion. Another thing that happens a lot in professional wrestling is you take a dude who is foreign and you have him win a lot, and you eventually have him say that he hates the United States for any of 85 million justifiable reasons, or simply because he hates freedom. A lot of this is simply because, damn it, he hates freedom, and we want to see the noble, fine, upstanding American boy beat this evil foreigner. Again, these are not Vince McMahon tropes. These are media tropes, honestly, of the 18 to 1900s, but also they're professional wrestling tropes of the forever. The Great Khali was, wait for it, an enormous foreign man who sucked so bad. Oh, Great Khali is like, I don't know, he's legit 7'4" or something. Dude's fucking enormous. He is this absolutely enormous Indian professional wrestler. And he is, I was going to say was, but no, is just stiff as a board and lumbers, and it's actually quite difficult for a man of that height and longness to go through existing, let alone moving and being athletic and being in a professional wrestling context. And good God, did the Great Khali suck. Good God. This did not stop WWE, and specifically Vince McMahon. Now we're getting into Vince McMahonisms. This did not stop WWE from trying to push the Great Khali over and over and over and over again as this big, giant, foreign menace who hated The Undertaker because reasons, or hated Kurt Angle because reasons, or just wanted to dance. Like, eventually, and this is a particular Vince McMahonism that we're getting into now, Vince McMahon has a habit of taking the enormous wrestlers who he has failed to push as megastars and turning them into smiley, dancy baby faces so as to try to recoup some of the investment he has put into them as enormous monster heels. You see this happen, you saw this happen with Brodus Clay and, somebody call my mama. Exactly, Sportspun. Exactly. I was just going to talk about Brodus Clay and Tensai, the, Tons of Fun team. You saw this happen with Rikishi. They actually did it, well, they did it in multiple directions with Rikishi, because they had Rikishi as the enormous foreign heel, the Sultan, and that didn't take, so they brought him back and repackaged him as the fun and dancing babyface Rikishi, and then they turned him heel and tried to do the enormous monster heel Rikishi, and that still didn't work. So, but with the Great Khali, they tried him as an enormous monster heel, and they even put the World Heavyweight title on the Great Khali, which, if you're not a close follower of WWE, would make you think, holy shit, the Great Khali was WWE's champion? And no, kind of, but no. They put the fake ass, not the real world title on the Great Khali, and I think this is a thing I know of in boxing more than anything else. But yeah, what are we doing here? This yellow, by the way. We've got these yellows over here. You doot swing and doot there. As for this, I'm gonna wait for the other pink house to spawn over here and then motorway them. This is just gonna be a motorway. WWE does this thing, and I'm sure other wrestling companies have. I know that, boxing does it a lot, where they have a world championship, and then they have other championships that they want the crowd to think matters, so they will call them something like World Championship, and they're not. Like, when WWE did their brand split, they had the WWE champion, who was the champion of SmackDown, and then the world champion, who was the champion of Raw. And, like, ostensibly, because the two brands are separate, you're supposed to think of them as having equal weight. In reality, there was only ever one that main evented the pay-per-view, and it was whichever one Vince liked more at the time. It did change for a while there. Like, for a while there, the World Heavyweight Championship was obviously the title that mattered, and for a while there, the WWE Championship was obviously the title that mattered. A couple of times, they unified those titles. Most recently, this is a long tangent, but fuck it, it's been a while since I ranted about WWE. Most recently, they unified the WWE and World Heavyweight Championship and called it something like, they had introduced another fake-ass world title called, like, the Universal Championship. And they had, like, waited a few years, and that sort of mattered. They eventually unified the WWE Championship and the Universal Championship into, like, the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. And then they had Roman Reigns hold that championship for like 2.5 years or something stupid. And then they introduced another fake-ass world title that was very obviously the, hey, we don't want to take the world title off Roman Reigns, but we also want to have something we can call a world title. And that has basically been Seth Rollins' vanity belt for the last 2 years. Except Seth Rollins keeps getting hurt, so now I think CM Punk's gonna win it? I think I saw that CM Punk is facing Jey Uso for it, so CM Punk's gonna win the fake-ass world title, just like he got a fake-ass WrestleMania main event? Man, fuck 2020's CM Punk, as it turns out. This is a very long tangent about the Great Khali. I'm having more fun talking about this than I would talking about the Great Khali. Here, let's have a fun exercise. I will now name every the Great Khali match. This has been every the Great Khali match. I will now name every good match I can think of that the Great Khali was involved in any way whatsoever. Number 1, the 2007 Royal Rumble. 2007 Royal Rumble is the one that ends with Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker having an awesome little 10-minute sprint, and The Undertaker wins. 2007 Royal Rumble also featured a spot where the Great Khali is clearing house, and Michael Cole's going like, "Who can stop the Great Khali?" And then The Undertaker's dong goes off. Dong! And the crowd goes ape shit. 2007 Royal Rumble was a very good Royal Rumble. This has been every good match I can think of in which the Great Khali was involved in any way whatsoever. And listen, the Great Khali had matches with Chris Benoit, I think. Yeah, he was around in like 2005 and 2006. He must have had matches with Chris Benoit. He had matches with Chris Benoit. He had matches with Kurt Angle. He had matches with The Undertaker when The Undertaker had that weird late 2000s run of being fucking amazing. The Great Khali had a ton of opponents and had a ton of matches and had pay-per-view main events and sucked at all of them. The Great Khali had matches with Shawn Michaels and sucked. Do you know how hard it is to have a bad match with Shawn Michaels? I think I could have an okay match with 2006 Shawn Michaels. The Great Khali did not. Now, granted, I would have a good match with 2006 Shawn Michaels in that he would kick me in the chin and I would die. Like, it would at least be funny. I don't think Great Khali could do that. Oh, God. So we got a problem, specifically this yellow business. This has been, let's remember the Great Khali. I've basically shat on Great Khali, which I don't know if he necessarily deserves that. I think he's a decent dude. I don't recall immediately offhand hearing anything horrible about the Great Khali, like, as a dude. I think he's like he's still a big deal in India. That's nice. Oh, the reason they do this specifically with wrestlers from India is that there are 1 billion people in India, and, well, anytime you can get 1 billion people to care about something, you stand a decent chance of making money. Listen, there's a reason people keep trying to make pay-per-view a thing in China, and there's a reason people keep trying to make pro wrestling a thing in India. It's because the promoters of those industries don't actually respect people. They just see dollar signs. So, yeah. Anyway, we got dark blues up here. I probably ought to, do something about that. Let's go ahead and steal this dark blue from here. We'll just have this one support that. This yellow, by the way, will support this business. Should be, broadly speaking, fine. Hey, you know what? Actually, rather than having this road exist, like, at all, what if I just do this, and this, and this, and then we extend up here? So now we have 3 dark blues having to support 2 businesses, which isn't good, but you know. And we also have 3 yellows going up over here supporting this thing. That'll be A-okay. And, oh, now we have this dark blue, which exists here, and, uh-oh. Hey, I think it might be time for, oh, boy. Let's have a roundabout right here about, shall we? If we have a roundabout right there about, we can do this, which is at least better? Hold, wait. What if I do traffic light here? If I do traffic light here, do y'all, okay. So now y'all go in that way. Cool. Okay. You then can come over this way, go here. I like that. I'm a big fan of that. You go there, you go there. Okay. I don't hate any of this. Wait. I've obviated the need for this road. Hey. Good job, Goog. Okay, let's take another motorway. That sounds fine. Ooh, even better. No, wait, hold on. I thought for a second I could eliminate this, but then these pinks all started spawning down here. So actually, by the way, you and now you want to go down that way to get over here to this roundabout to get over here. That's fine, I understand that. You 2 blues, for what it's worth, shall swing, in this manner, like so as to support this business and maybe not, hopefully, this business. Ideally, you wouldn't also support this business, but, I can't control you. I can't tell you what to do. I can just gently encourage you not to. Please don't. This has been me gently encouraging you not to. Gently encouraging you not to is also how a Pokemon trainer tries to get the most out of their tiny psychic bird. Tiny Psychic Bird is one of the titles of the episode, by the way. Oh, it would help if I could spell psychic. It's fine. Okay. Samurai Sam has correctly added the quote, "I will now name every Great Khali match. This has been the Great Khali match." Yeah. Listen, he tried sometimes. He had a fun dancing Lothario gimmick. Oh, here's another particular Vince McMahonism for you. Well, I suppose it's not just Vince McMahon, but Vince McMahon was very fond of the comedy trope wherein you get a pretty girl to kiss a ugly guy for the sake of humiliating both participants. And as a result of this, the Great Khali had a lengthy gimmick where he was a playboy of some kind, and he made out with, like, everyone. Vince McMahon is a weird and terrible person who enjoys and fetishizes weird and terrible things. I don't know if this is news to you. I kind of hope it isn't, but just in case it is, Vince McMahon is a weird and terrible person who enjoys and fetishizes weird and terrible things. Hey, we got a problem. Specifically, the problem we have is this dark blue circle business right here. It's kind of fucked. So, I see an idea. Well, I have an idea. I see a potential. I see like hope and promising outcomes for the future, sort of. Promising outcomes for the future, sort of, is not a great title of an episode, but would be a decent slogan for a Aperture Science ripoff business. All right, let's take these 4 dark blues right over here. For any first-time Gimmim viewers, Vince is terrible, and Tiny Baby the _Goog loved WWE in spite of that. That's true. That's a factual statement. Let's take Motorway number 3 and swing that down here. There were also times when the _Goog was a tiny child, and WWE was booked pretty much exclusively for the benefit and at an intelligence level befitting tiny children. That happened, well, to a certain degree, that happens today. I've seen people who make videos about WWE on TikTok, and they almost universally come off as tiny children, even if they're 50. Anyway, we're going to put this dark blue house over here. So what I've done is I've kind of rip-yoinked these dark blues out of this whole roundabout ecosystem thing. And by doing that, the hope is that the hope is one of the ships in The Outer Worlds, by the way. It's kind of like the MacGuffin of the whole plot of the well-regarded video game The Outer Worlds, a sequel to which is coming out soon. To the _Goog, there are no such thing as children. There are only tiny children. I mean, children are almost universally tiny. Almost universally tiny. It would be a decent title for an episode. Hold on. I have to type that. I was making a point. Something about hope. I don't remember what I was saying because I made a joke. Which is very me. What was I saying before I made a needless joke? It was something about hope. Perhaps that's the best thing, a good thing, maybe the best of things. No good thing ever dies. No, that's entirely too optimistic. Are the 50-year-old WWE children still tiny? No, they really are not. See, I'm fat. That means I get to make fat jokes, right? I shouldn't, but hey, we got a yellow business up here. Probably needs doing with something. I don't see a great way of getting anything going that way. We've got these yellows that go over there. I've got these yellows that, what if I have this road back and it goes up there? I don't necessarily love that. That kind of seems bad, actually. But like, if you think about the disposition and positionment of really any of these businesses down here, that looks real bad. Like, let's not have a deep thought about how these red houses have to do anything. Speaking of which, let's get more reds going, just in general. I think the folk of Cincinnati need a little bit of a break. Yeah, we'll get more of these going in a generally thisly direction, and that'll be, very broadly speaking, fine. Like exceedingly broadly, if we speak, it'll be fine. Okay, that'll be good. Next, let's take, another motorway. That might actually help. All right, let's see here. Can I, hold on. Hold this particular phone. I think I see a way to make this all so much better. I think I see ways to make everybody's life happier right now. We're going to do 2 things. First, we're going to sever this circle business from the roundabout. Next, we're going to peel these 7 blue houses off of that. Sam, be sure to ban that bot for me, please. Thank you. Let's see here. So we're going to peel these 7 blue houses away from whatever it is they had been doing. And we're going to draw motorway number 4 going straight-shottedly right into this circle. Okay? Now, you may have noticed that that pulls one of the things out of this little circle here. What if we pull the other little thing out of that circle here? Murder that little circle there. Nah. We kill this traffic light. Hey, what are all of these pinks doing? Are these pinks actually, like, capital D doing anything? I don't think they are. I think they're just kind of hangers-on barnacle types. They're not actually doing nothing. Okay. So what if we had these 4 light blues right here go down this way and over here? What if we do that? So now these 4, these 4 light blues get their own particularly dedicated road going off in a thisly direction. So you all go straight into there. We kill all of this. This needs no longer exist because we just draw a decent-ass fucking road to make this one singular straight-shot roadway going all the way into this business. We have 7 going here. We have 4 going here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 going here. I think I've just smoothed all of this out. Like, I think I've made this a lot better for everybody. This is all still a nightmare. And I don't think there's anything I can really do about that until I get, like, 6 more motorways. But this, I think I've smoothed out and efficientized very, very well. So I'm proud of me for that. But the rest of this is still clusterfuckery. But hey, we're getting somewhere. We're making progress with things, which is about all you can say. It's when you're 2/3 of the way to solving a Wheel of Fortune puzzle. We're making progress with things. Anyway, so we've got... You know, I could have... Man... For like a quarter of a second there, I was feeling pretty good, and I had an idea as to make this yellow's life better and easier, and everything was going to be coming up Goog House for the rest of time forever. And now, I don't. So, let's take this. Hey, look, it's a tunnel. I have 4 tunnels. Am I going to ever use any of these tunnels? Maybe. All right, let's see here. You should point that away. That's a little bit better. I do have an awful lot of yellow going on here. Is there anything I can do with all of this yellow? It's maybe better than what I'm presently doing with all of this yellow. What if we have... There's a thought. Well, if we have the 2 of you go over to there, that's not going to be great for... Okay. I've got 3 yellows right here that aren't really doing anything. I could redraw motorway number 1 to get a 5th yellow going into it, which I probably want to do, actually. So here's the plan. This is a horrendous plan, by the way. I want to preface everything that's about to happen by saying this is probably a terrible plan. We're going to kill motorway number 1. And we're also... So this yellow business and this yellow business. The only yellows connecting either of them are the 1, 2, 3 of these down here. So I probably really shouldn't oughta steal them for nothing. Okay. So we're going to kill motorway number 1. We're going to peel these 2 yellows off of the circle here. We're going to draw a nice little diagonal tunnel. We're going to bulldoze that tree. Sorry about that tree. We're going to do that. So these 2 yellows here are now going to serve this business over here. You go off in a thatly direction. Hey, you know what? These 2 yellow houses being right here, I think, actually, rather than do 5 yellows here, we're going to do 8 yellows here. By doing 8 yellows here, by the way, this pink business needs more help, so we're just going to do that, and now this pink business will be fine. Okay, so now I've got 8 yellows right here, and a motorway, and this business which needs help existing. We're going to draw motorway number 1 in such a way that, oh, you're fucking kidding me. You won't let me get it 1 tile north. You'll let me get it here and... Dick bastard. Okay, what if... Nope, you won't let me get it up and over. Interesting. And I can't... Bun of a sitch. Okay. What if we tried something more than anything we've done before? Is this the best way to... Oof! Oh, that's horrendous. Yeah, Sam, it's a thing you say when you don't want to swear, because Lord knows we never swear here. I mean, this is a family-friendly morning talk show. Why would you swear on your family-friendly morning talk show? What are you, a person who doesn't like engagement and wants the algorithm to suppress your viewership content? And also, yeah. So anyway, we've drawn the stupidest road ever. The stupidest road ever takes these 8 yellow houses worth of fuckers up this way and then diagonalates them back down to the southwest to get into here. All of this in service of the noble goal of 1 business and 1 roadifying all the way over to here. That I'm sure will be totally fine. This dark blue house, by the way, is spawning right here. These yellow businesses are fucked and dying. So yeah, everything's turning real bad real fast. Is the basic scenario we've gotten ourselves into. Also, this pink business is angry. Why is this pink... Well, I was going to say, why is this pink business angry? But I mean, come on, friends. Look at the everything of everything that we've got situationed here. It's a miracle that anything existed this long, honestly. You point that away. That'll be fine. This dark blue business will eventually die, but so shall we all. So, there's only so much we can do about it. Which one of these yellows will croak first? It'll be this one. Bye! Oh, it was the other one. They died at the same time. Interesting. Alright. 2,272 commuters over 97 days. That sure is a score. It's top 10% in the world, which is nice. It's 1,000 less than Samurai Sam, which is not so nice. Go ahead and drop those Samurai Slams in the chat if you've got them. Alright. Let us bring in our fine acquaintance, the Wordle. Hello, the Wordle. The Wordle today is Olive, obviously. It's not. Sad. But it could have been. Hello, Nora. Hi. I have a kitty cat curled up on a footrest right next to me. It's adorable. Oh, let's see here. The Wordle today could be scent. Could absolutely be sent. It is, in fact, not sent. But it could have been. The Wordle today is ether? Could it be ether? It could be ether. There's nothing saying it's not ether aside from the recently discovered knowledge that it is not, in fact, ether. But hey, we're getting closer. Can't be actor, because that's not how you spell that, and also there's no C in the word, so that's something. can't be tether, because that's a 6-letter word. Let's see here. It can't be timer, because there's no I. It could be taper. Could absolutely be taper. There's nothing saying it's not taper. It is not taper, but we know where the T goes now, and that's something. Little porcelain cup. That's where the T goes. Let's see. It could be tutor, aside from the fact that that's not how you spell that. It could be tuber. It could absolutely be tuber. Listen. I'm a person who's putting videos on the internet service run by the evil alphabet company. I'm a tuber, sort of. Yeah. It's me. I'm a potato. God. Oh, the wordle today was tuber. Okay. Be gone, don't tell me the answer text. Because if you know the answer, tell me the answer. Hey, I have an idea. All right, so this is Oklahoma City. This is the Alfred P. Murrah? I think that's the correct name. This is the building in Oklahoma City that Timothy McVeigh blew up. And the question is, when was that? Was that 1994? 96? It was the mid-90s. I don't remember exactly when. I think it was 94. All right. Sam did not even consider the bombing. Welp. We are in Oklahoma City. This is the building that Timothy McVeigh blew up. And 94, 95. Could be 95. Yeah. So, hey, where in Oklahoma City is that? National Memorial and Museum. That's probably right about where we want to be. Because it's not like they're going to say, hey, here's the federal building, because, the federal building's not there anymore. So let's just say that we're at the National Memorial and Museum, right about there, in 1995? Maybe it was 95. It was 95! Thank you, sports pun. Also, it was across the street. All right. We'll take our 99.98 points, and we'll move on. It would have been funny. It would have been. Next. So this is a grocer of some sort. You're selling bananas and sweet pears and eating apples. Not cooking apples. Not cooking apples and not cidering apples. Them's eating apples. You also have relish. You're very proud of your relish. All right. This... Is that just a... No, that's not a B. Dalton. That's somebody W. Dalton. I don't think this is a town called Dalton. All right. Well, I mean, we're in the United States, so they could be Adam eating apples, I guess. Everybody look out for Drake LaRoche. Oh, God. Oh, it's journeyman quarterback Andy Dalton. Oh, no. Oh, Bryce Young, watch out. A half-competent passer is coming for your job sometimes. All right. Let's see here. Yeah, we got shredded wheat and cornflakes. We got all sorts of stuff here at this well-stocked grocer. So we're painting our window here. We don't really have anything to indicate a where, though, other than just the United States of America. These... Sorry, I'm just tickled by the phrase new laid eggs. But, yeah, I mean, it makes sense. They got smoked ham or perhaps cooked ham or just woke ham. They got ham that wants to take down the evils of the meatpacking industry. They got woke ham. They got ham that's been working out at the gym, really pumping the iron. They got yoked ham. They got ham that's been strangled for beating a running gag into the ground. They got choked ham. Okay, I'll stop. I promise I'll stop. Thank you, Sam. Where the fuck are we, man? I have no idea. Other than just again, the United States of America in roughly the Great Depression. Like, obviously not the Great Depression on account of the presence of food, but... There's got to be something here that gives a hint, right? Usually, like, you can suss it out from the... Hold on. Does this... No, that's not a reflection of a street sign that says anything. We don't have a newspaper headline. We don't have, like, New Orleans' greatest market or nothing. The presence of Kellogg... Are we in Battle Creek, Michigan? Is that... It's fucking Kellogg's, dude. They're ubiquitous. Fuck it, we're in Ohio. There. We're in Columbus, Ohio in 1942. They're the finest Irish tomatoes, which is how we know we're in Dublin, Ireland. Okay. Oh, and the surname Dalton. Is Dalton an Irish name? Okay. All right. T-I-L. I suppose that makes sense. And I think Andy Dalton's a ginger. Would explain a great many things. All right. So we got us a parade, which is wonderful. I think if I was a person who recognized military dictators, then this would be pretty easy. Because I bet you one of these guys is important, and it's not the one in the suit. But, you know, let's see here. Also, if I was a person who recognized flags, but these flags are in black and white, which is cheating. So, we got us a parade for one of these fuckers wearing, definitely important military uniforms. Ireland does look a lot like Ohio, in that everything from the 40s looks like the 40s, so... This is not the 40s. This is the late 60s. This is like 1968. As to the wear of this, wonderful question. Man, you kind of hope that any of the all of the flag waving people are indeed waving a particular flag, but okay. So we got a whole bunch of folk who are real happy to see these military fellas. It's military fella mania going on here. Yeesh. Yeah, I don't recognize any of these guys. I think that guy's like the guy, but okay. Oh wait, is this maybe no? No. All right, well, these are not American license plates, and these are very much non-American flags. So the fact that this might say president or presidential or something doesn't really mean nothing. So, fuck. Where does this feel like? This feels like Europe. Like, I want to say Hungary? It's a bad pull, probably. Yeah, kind of, I don't know, man. Spain? Where do they grow trees? Horrendous question. Just, I'm not going to even elaborate or elucidate or try to explain what I was trying to say. It's just going to be an open question. Where do they grow trees? Fuck. Are these German flags? Could this be? No, I don't think this is close. This is too close to that other time that Germany was all hyped about stuff. So, this probably isn't Germany being all hype about stuff. Man. Okay. Questions from the planet's near future. Where do they grow trees? That's a fair question. You know what? We are in Madrid, Spain in 1968. There. It's East German astronaut. They were German flags. Fuck! Sigmund Jan. And the Soviet astronaut Valery Bykovsky. Huh. Okay. Neat. Next. So you're going to Wycinska. Is this Poland? My initial thought is that this is Poland. So you're going to Wycinska. You're also going to Wijski. Wijski? You're also going to Wijski. You can carry 25 people at once. That looks like more than 25 people. I think your tram is over capacity, buddy. We got us a Volkswagen there, or perhaps something that just looks like it. And a big old building, and not a ton else. But we're going to play our hunch and say that we're in Poland. This is somewhere in the vicinity of Warsaw at sometime in the vicinity of 1970. 70? 59? This is Warsaw, Poland in 19 Don't Move the Thing. There we go. That sounds right. We are in Warsaw, Poland. It is 19 Don't Move the Thing. It was indeed Warsaw, Poland in 1959. We take those. Good job, Goog. Well done. Next. Oh, hi there, Asian folk. We've got... man, if I was a person who recognized flags, that would be nice. So we got this one. This is a lovely flag. I don't immediately recognize... Well, obviously I don't immediately recognize this flag. There's a whole running bit about how I don't immediately recognize flags. But, like, even in the sense that I don't recognize flags, I don't know that I've ever seen this flag. Which is weird, because it is, again, a lovely flag. You don't typically see national flags in that color, which indicates that maybe this isn't a national flag, or maybe the subject of this place as a nation is a point of some controversy, by which I'm getting at that we're in, like, Nepal, Tibet, Taiwan, that sort of part of the world. What do we got? You are Pejuan's Mini Bar, which is nice. We can shop. We can buy a BB lamp. This is the upper market of the Amazon. It's large. And Timeless Tony Storm was here one time. So that's nice. I don't think that one went out over the thing. Let me hit the thing again. There we go. I don't know why I have to hit drops twice to get the drop to play, but I would figure it out, but I am a bit of a dumbass. So. Anyway. Let's try this. So this is Chorton Lamb, houses 1 to 19. And then over here, we've got Northern Lamb, houses 20 to etc. Okay. Yeah, this is definitely a place that exists. All right, I can actually read this. This is Druck Jewelry, except you have 2 L's in jewelry. Piece of Druck. It wasn't actually helpful. The Plums Cafe. Yeah. Okay. Hi there, benevolent ruler guy. I don't know who you are. Yeah, okay. I think we've gleaned not everything there is to glean from this image, but certainly everything I'm going to glean from this image in terms of where it is. So, let's play my hunch and say that we are in Taiwan, by which we mean Chinese Taipei if we're competing in the Olympics or doing anything where we want to make our friend China happy on account of China being the linchpin of global economy and also everything, because the United States has kind of failed in its role as... Yeah. So anyway, we're in Taiwan. And if we're in Taiwan, we might as well be in like a big important city in Taiwan. And it is 2012. Sure. Seems feasible. It's nope. It was over here in Bhutan in 2008. Okay. Well, sad. 34,471 is a fine and decent score, but I believe, as I glance back at my Discord server, Samurai Sam put up a score of 38,625, so we once more and forever shall drop those Samurai Slams in the chat. And now, friends, for today's Immaculate Grid, we need Blue Jays and Dodgers, because it's the first game of the World Series, don't you know, and the Blue Jays and Dodgers are playing in it. And we also need dudes who had 300 dingers, dudes with a 300 average, dudes who played left and right field. A Blue Jay who was also a Dodger is Hyunjin Ryu, I think? There have been a couple of, it's the This Guy World Series, because there are a few guys who played for the Blue Jays and Dodgers, and the one that I can think of off the top of my head is Hyunjin Ryu. It's the Hyunjin Ryu World Series. Let's see here. A Los Angeles Dodger who had a 300 batting average in a season is one, spelled Jackie correctly, Robinson, not Jackie Bradley Jr. Dear God, no. A Los Angeles Dodger who had 300 or more home runs in his career is Manny Ramirez. Does Mr. Ryu or does his wife call him Hyunny? I don't know. That's a very personal question, Sam. Dude who played left field and had a 300 batting average in a season is Brock Holt. It's a factual statement that... What? I guess Brock Holt never had a 300 average in a season. I could have sworn he did. Son of a... Dude who played left field and had a 300 batting average in a season is Jacoby Ellsbury. We're almost getting on time for my mostly annual Taco Bell trip on account of a free taco because someone stole a base. A dude who played left field for the Toronto Blue Jays is Kevin Pillar. It's a thing that happened. Dude who played left field and had 300 career home runs is, in fact, Manny Ramirez, but it's also Carl Yastrzemski, not Mike. Mike's probably not going to get to 300 homers, let's be honest with ourselves, but Brock Holt topped out at 297. In that one season, Brock Holt was really good, so sad. A dude who played right field and had a 300 batting average in a season is maybe Mookie Betts? I don't know. Mookie Betts is good, but he's a different kind of good than definitely a dude who had a 300 batting average in a season good. It's entirely possible that he did. Listen, I could be wrong about stuff. Anyway, a dude who played right field for the Toronto Blue Jays is Joe Carter. Dude who played right field and had 300 career home runs is, hey, wait a second, has Mookie Betts had 300 career homers yet? Yeah, that sounds right. We're going to go with that one. Marcus Lynn Betts is a dude who played right field and has not hit 300 career homers yet. Sad. Also, 2018 Mookie Betts hit 346 because even though you think of Mookie Betts as a slugging type on account of all the homers, he's also a batting average type on account of all the hits. It's almost as if Mookie Betts is very good. It's almost as if Mookie Betts is going into the Hall of Fame. It's almost as if there's a non-zero chance that Mookie Betts is going to be a Gold Glove fucking shortstop 7 years after he won the Most Valuable Player award as a right fucking fielder. It's almost as if you had Mookie Betts on your baseball team, you should trade Mookie Betts if you're intended to win baseball games. Imagine trading Mookie Betts. Folks, that is going to do it for us here today on Good Morning Mini Motorways. There will not be an episode of Gimmimimim on Monday. I must once again go to the hallowed halls of Yale University. Fun. We'll be back Tuesday morning, hopefully. I don't have any reason not to yet, but, you know, things can change. Thank you as always for being here. Have a wonderful day. And this is the end screen. Goodbye.